Alright, so we're back at the tractor. We are trying to get the starter on. When I took the starter off of the Backhoe, I had to disassemble it in order to get it off. It's solenoid, I don't want to misspeak, but with that off, you have enough clearance to pull the starter past. You got to take the dipstick out, the oil dipstick out, but you have enough clearance to pull the starter past, the starter past the fuel pump, and it gives you just enough clearance to rock it back, turn it straight up, and pull it out. So we're in the process here of putting it all back together. Let's see how that goes. So I've already put the solenoid back on top. Once you get it on there and get it firmly seated, I don't know that it comes from the factory this way, but there's a washer, a lock washer, and then a bolt. Or excuse me, then. So let's see. All right. $13mm. Alright. So now that we got that back on, what we have is, I went to the ag store. These are 3/8. That's 1 1/4 inches. That's 1 inch. The 1 1/4 inches goes here. The 1 inch go in the other two. We'll get this installed. Now, you're going to have to rock the starter back and forth a little bit and get it firmly seated. Make sure it's grabbing the tooth. There we go. You know, these things go in, and there's not a whole lot of wiggle room, but there's some. I'm looking for that honey spot. And we found it. Thank the Lord. Now look in the service manual, and according to the service manual, there's no torque spec. This this one ought to be a tremendous amount of fun. You know, I will say one of the things about wearing this camera on your head is it gets hot. We just take a step apart, put it back together, and take it apart and put it back together. So, yeah. All right. We got like this little shorty extension. Actually, let's get to 14 deep well, and that should land us just about the right place. Well, hoo-ha. Need that up there. You know what? Matt's being a moron right here because okay. So we got our third bolt back here in the middle of this jungle. Kind of, be honest with you, disappointed about the whole back of the thing, or the whole. What do you got? Wheelbarrow. That's it, wheelbarrow. That was my dad's wheelbarrow, and he's been gone enough years now that I like to kind of keep anything I have of his around, because you know, it's your dad. Although I have been thinking, I used that wheelbarrow last year when I built the fence and did a lot of concrete and mortar mixing with it, and consequently one of the things that I did while I was using it was I thought about a design of a wheelbarrow I thought would be a little bit better. And I know I said that I went and looked at the ag store for some 14 gauge steel. Well, although I live in Tabor City, I actually work down in Myrtle Beach, and they have Owen Steel and some of the other companies down there, and so I might price it out down there and see if it's a little bit more economical on the beach, which very few things are, believe it or not, but that may be one of them. And if it is cost effective, I'm thinking about actually just trying to buy the steel and go forth on the design that I was thinking of. which ought to be pretty interesting. Okay, so the 2 bolts that hold the solenoid on, they have lock washers on them. One on the other side. Just move this out the way for the time being. All right. Now I did tell you wrong. I said these were 12 millimeter bolts. They're 10s. So don't grab a 12. It ain't gonna work. That's why it's afraid of. I have a little too much angle down here. Wonder how many of you guys work on stuff and get frustrated like this. It should just be easy. If it was easy, everybody do it, right? Which, part of my frame of mind today about that. We are becoming a disposable society. Wheelbarrows now, if you get a couple years out of them, everybody's happy with that. And I don't know. So it's not the way I am. It's not the way I was raised. I think that we are a nation that came about on men building things. You know, we settled the plains, we built steel mills and made a country, erected skyscrapers. We basically built the rest of the world, for the most part. I'm not taking away from a lot of the accomplishments of other nations. I mean, we weren't there for the pyramids, but American ingenuity, American know-how, and American men with 2 dirty hands built this country. And we built things that stand and that have endured, and now we can't buy a wheelbarrow that you can leave out in the rain for a couple years without it rusting through, and that's sad. So, alright, that's it. That's a starter install on a 1981 Ford 555 Backhoe. I'm not saying it's the only way to do it, but it's the way I done did it. It is what it is. You guys have a great day. From my Tabor City home, build something, do something. Use your hands. Best feeling in the world. Sense of accomplishment. You guys have a great day.